welcome back to part 2 of Vlogmas. I'm Jess and this is my somewhat reluctant co-presenter Arlo. You might be able to tell if you saw the first episode, he's had a little bit of a haircut. I don't think he likes his haircut. It was a puppy trial, so it's not taken much off the length, so that's why he looks like he's got a doggy afro. So Arlo will say hello to everybody again and may not stay around much longer. I keep interrupting his nap times when I'm filming, I think. So welcome back to Vlogmas. I hope you enjoyed watching the first part. It's Saturday the 2nd of December now. So just thought I'd hop on and say hi, start off the video. We are doing a couple of jobs this weekend, going up to M&S for a couple of pieces. We spent the morning shopping for a Christmas tree and some decorations, because since we moved into the house we've just not got around to having a tree, so that should be here to put up next weekend. And if I can persuade my husband to go in the loft, then hopefully we'll get the rest of the decorations out sooner and get those up. Right, Arlo does not want to present anything now, so say goodbye and off he goes. Right, so whilst I'm here I will just show you a little bit of the advents. So I mentioned I've got the Adventures in Yarncraft advent, and this is the project bag that came with it. So it's all Jane Eyre themed, and the project bag is by Syndra Arts, I think. Yeah, so it was made specifically for the advent. It's got some nice inside pockets as well. So this was day number 1. Hopefully the colours are showing quite nicely. So it starts off with some purples, sort of heathery colours, and then day 2, excuse the rustling, I have opened it, but I put it back in the tissue just to keep them in number order. So day 2 is here. We've got more kind of pinky purples, so you can probably see if I hold them together that they work in a fade. So you've got day 1 here and day 2 here, so they'll fade into each other really nicely. I'm just going to pop that back in the tissue paper. I'm not going to do proper openings for most of it for daily vlogmases because it gets a bit boring showing you that. The other one we had was a swap with Lindsay from my knitting group. So she's a fantastic sewer as well, and she's made me a whole kind of bit of bunting with stockings on, which I will try and put a picture of in if I remember to take one. And then in today's there was a lovely little project bag as well. So I've put today's yarn in there already, so throwing it on the floor. I won't be showing you that then. We're doing a 5-gram swap and I'm going to be using that in Simply Scrappy Cowl. Other things to show you whilst I am sat here. So the Gnome Along with Imagined Landscapes, I've done day 1, so it's 2 separate parts. I've still got my ends, they have been sewn in, but this is what we've got. So I don't know whether they potentially go together. They look like they could fit together, but maybe not. I have no idea what parts of a gnome they will be, but it's quite nice to just do those last night, quick and easy. So we'll see what today brings. It's not always part of a pattern every day. Sometimes it's stories or recipes and things, I think. So I'm going to go and get on with my day. Probably go and have another coffee and do a couple of jobs before we head out. I'm sure I will be back on at some point, and I'll just try and take bits of footage as we are out and about over the weekend.
This little bit video is going to work. My tripod is upstairs and I'm not going to get it right now. So I just thought I'd check in at the end of the day. Just got a little glass of wine for Saturday night. So today we got some of the jobs done that we needed to out and about. The dog is currently rolling about on the floor, half asleep, so leave him to it. Not really a lot else to report. As you'll have seen, I've caught up on quite a few bits of Vlogmas from some of the people that I subscribe to on YouTube already. But please do let me know down below of your favourite Vlogmas channels. Yeah, so I think I will be winding things up for the day shortly. Just whilst I was on, I just wanted to show you. I'm sat on it now, sorry. So Lindsay, who I've done an advent swap with, has made me this gorgeous little project bag. How cute is that? I can't actually remember whether I showed you that this morning or not, but it's probably a far better kind of view of it now. Cute little Christmas robins or Christmas birds on, and I've now got the first 2 days of the advent swap all knit up. So it's just a scrappy swap, so I don't know what the colours are or anything like that, but it's kind of pinky greens to start with, and then more like green and white mix there. And we've got the first little eyelet row, so the pattern says basically just knit around each colour, so the eyelet will appear at a different stage in each stripe. So I'm just checking the dog is, I don't know, he's being weird, but who knows. So I'm quite pleased with myself because I did not keep up with a single advent kind of project or plan last year. So I mean, I know it's only the 2nd and it's a Saturday, but I've actually got part of that done, which I'm quite pleased about. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to wrap things up for today, but I will probably be back on at some point tomorrow and see where we get to with the day. Hello, what do you think of the Christmas lights? Are they pretty? Like the Christmas? No, he just wants to go to sleep. Not interested in Christmas, are we? Right, and we are back again. As you can see, there is a very sleepy puppy on my knee. So it's now about 2 o'clock, 2:30 on Sunday afternoon. We've had a really lazy morning. Got some knitting done. Had to rip out part of my knitting because I dropped a stitch, and it has a lace row in, so I just couldn't go and pick it up. Aloe's been a little bit poorly, so I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning with him. He's now just feeling a bit sorry for himself, so we're going to have lots of cuddles, and I think this afternoon we are going to watch Doctor Who. It's the 60th some anniversary specials, so we're going to watch that, and I sent my husband Sam out into the shop earlier to get some supplies for making nice hot chocolates with all the toppings and things.
So that will be my treat. Arlo's just going to get lots and lots of cuddles whilst he's feeling a bit under the weather. He was supposed to have his last puppy training class today, but we decided that it wasn't fair to make him go and try and do that, and also probably not best to fill him full of treats when he's feeling a bit unwell. So that's our plans for the afternoon. I'm going to try and get a bit more knitting done, catch up with the Simply Scrappy cowl because I had to pull out most of the colour. So I think if I can get that back on track, and at some point I need to check my emails and see if there's another instalment of the gnomes. So I don't know if I will be back on kind of speaking again today. I will probably upload this one onto YouTube as a bit of a weekend catch up once I've kind of finished with things for today. So yeah, I might not be back on, but I will hopefully film some things during the week. It's a very normal work week coming up, but our Christmas decorations should be arriving and we'll be doing bits around the house with that. And on Friday, we've got the day off, hoping to do some Christmas shopping. So I will be back at some point, I don't know exactly when, but I'll also just keep you up to date on things like the Advents. And yeah, we'll see where we get to.